Hey foodies, welcome back to my channel here at Gourmet Events and Eats, and I'm Chef Nykz Stevenson. Today we're going to be looking at this delicious sweet and sour chicken recipe, something that you can add to your brunch or event menu, or if you're having a family gathering, you can just quickly put together and serve, and all your guests will be delighted. Trust. We're gonna go ahead now and prepare our vegetables, which is very important to our sweet and sour sauce that we're gonna prepare. And we're gonna be putting some carrots, some sweet pepper, some cucumber, some scallions, some onion, and a little bit of ginger. Well, not a little bit. The ginger has to give it that taste. So we're gonna be putting some ginger and a little bit of scotch bonnet, just a little bit for a little E because we're Jamaican, right? So we're gonna move on to our chicken, setting the vegetables aside, and we're gonna season our chicken. We're using only chicken season and all-purpose seasoning on our chicken. No salt. We're trying not to over season the chicken. It's important not to over season it, right? And we're gonna also add some cornstarch and some baking soda, and this is to tenderize the breast meat, right? So when you go to the Chinese restaurant and you buy their breast, and it tastes a little bit different. It's a little bit more tender and juicy. So that's what we're doing right here as we prepare our sweet and sour chicken, right? So after we've gone ahead and added that, we're going to add our egg powder for color, mix that in, and then we're going to add our flour, right? Once it is that we add our flour, we're going to ensure that we coat generously and dust off before we go ahead and fry our chicken. And we're going to be doing the deep fry method for this chicken, and they're small bites, so you don't want to over fry them and dry them out. So you have to be on your timing. I think it takes about roughly 8 to 10 minutes for me. Well, I'm Jamaican, as I say. It depends on how you like your chicken breast. Yeah, 8 minutes deep frying probably is well done for me. So we're gonna go ahead and fry this. We're gonna fry this up, and once we're done, we're gonna allow the chicken to drain while we prepare our sauce. And for our sauce, we're gonna go ahead. We have a pot here. There's a little bit of oil in there, a little bit of vegetable oil, or you could use a little bit of butter. And that is just to extract the flavor out of the veggies. We're not using a lot of oil in this recipe at all, or butter. All right. So once we are added that, well, once we've added those to the pot, we're gonna go ahead now and allow it to sear a little bit, and then we're going to be adding some water. You can, at this point, if you're using pineapple juice or orange juice as some persons, then you can go ahead and add that. But I'm going to be using tang, pineapple tang, for my recipe. I personally like the flavor that I get from the pineapple tang with this. Then I'm going to go ahead and add some ketchup to that. I'm going to lightly season this as well, just with a little bit of salt. We're going to be adding some vinegar, and definitely we're going to be adding some sugar. It is sweet and sour sauce. I'm not using lime juice. I'm using vinegar for this recipe. You can go ahead and use lime juice. I'm not really a fan of the lime juice method, but we're just going to go ahead and stir everything together here. Add our egg powder for color, and then we're going to allow this to simmer a little bit for about 10-15 minutes, and then we're going to thicken with our cornstarch slurry. And once you've gone ahead and thicken with the cornstarch slurry, we're going to be looking forward to adding our chicken. As we go ahead now, all right, see, we're adding that cornstarch slurry, guys, and you want to ensure that when you're at this point adding that cornstarch slurry, that you do not put too much and you do not put too little. You want the sauce to sit on the chicken. So when you put the chicken into the sauce, because we're not going to be boiling that once it is that we're putting it in the sauce is, there's no heat under that sauce. We just want it to just suck onto that chicken, right? And we still want to have that crispiness. Mind you, if you leave this chicken in the sauce too long, it's gonna become a soggy mess. So it's best for you, when you're doing your sweet and sour chicken, to add it to your sauce as soon as you're ready to serve. So if you're doing your events, guys, you put your sauce separate, your chicken separate, your prepared chicken separate, and then once it is it's serving time, then you can go ahead and mix them together and serve immediately. And that ensures that the guests have the best experience with your meal, right? So now that we've gone ahead and added our chicken, half we had left back. What I'd left out is that we had left back some of the vegetables, and I left back some of the vegetables intentionally for this part because at the end when I add the chicken, I'm gonna add some of that fresh vegetable and a lot of the pineapples at this point, right? And we're just gonna let that chicken sit in that delicious juicy sauce and soak it up a little bit, and then we're gonna go ahead and plate it. And to plate this, we went ahead and we went Chinese on this, right? But you can do it with plain rice, you can do it with rice and peas. And hit that subscribe button.